Today we're going to make and review a freeze-dried camping meal from Bighorn Mountain Foods. But before we get into that, I am Meander and Mitch, and this is going to be a series where we go and review different freeze-dried meals and let you know which ones you should go for and which ones you should probably stay away from. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around for a little bit. But let's make some food because I'm hungry. So this is future me because I realized I didn't mention the flavor. This is the spicy Mexican Birria and Rice meal by Bighorn Mountain Food. And I'm eating it now. We'll come back to this in a second, so stay tuned. Before we start, I'm just gonna cover the things that you need to make this meal. And they are the meal itself, some water to boil, and some way to boil it. So to make this meal, you're going to follow 5 very simple steps. First step being to open the package and take out the oxygen absorber. You definitely don't want to eat that. It's definitely not good, and it's probably not safe. I would assume probably not safe. And step 2 is to bring a cup and a half of water to a boil and add it to your meal. Step 3, once your boiling water is added to the package, you're going to stir it well, reseal it, and then let it sit for about 15 minutes. Step 4, once you wait 15 minutes, or a little longer depending on your temperature outside, you're going to give this thing one more good stir and go to step 5, which is eat. Enjoy your meal. So quick recap, take out the oxygen absorber, boil some water and add it to the package, stir and let it sit. Once it is sat, stir it again and eat. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do in 1 second. Let me go make this thing really quick and we'll be back with our quick review. So this just finished sitting for its 15 minutes. We're going to open it up, stir it, and eat. And that's going to be the first bite for our review. All right, so we've completed our first 4 steps. It's time for the last one, and that is eat. And we're going to taste it, and I'm gonna let you know what I rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Ooh. All right, here goes our first bite. First bite was a big piece of meat, which is always a nice sign. Actually, because this is a backpacking / camping meal, I'm gonna eat the entire thing and then tell you what I rate it. That way I can kind of build in on how full it makes me and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna finish this and then I'll be right back. The meal is finished and we're going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 for 2 different things. How full did it make me and how good did it taste? First one we're gonna do is how full. 1 being I feel like I didn't eat, and 10 being I couldn't even finish it. And for that we're going to give it a 7.2. I was pretty hungry going into this meal and it filled me up pretty good. I feel like I could eat a little bit more, but my hunger is probably a little different than most of you watching. I ate a lot of food, so the fact that it got me as full as it did, in my opinion, is pretty impressive. And the second thing we're going to rate it on is the taste. 10 being the best there ever is, or ever was, whatever. And 1 being couldn't even eat it. It was absolutely terrible. For that score, we're going to give it a 6.8, which I feel is a pretty solid score. I've definitely had some meals that I've liked a little bit more, but it was really good flavor and the meat that was in this was actually really good. I don't know about you, but I've had some different meals where the meat just doesn't rehydrate very well, but in this particular case it was pretty close to what I think it would have been originally, which is pretty impressive, especially for a beef. I've had really good rehydrated chicken, but beef can be a little finicky. So 6.8 on the flavor, 7.2 on how full it made me. Those are my scores. If you've had this meal, let me know what you think down in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of these videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stick around. But until next time, I appreciate you. Peace.